Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Kristi. Today I have a keto meal prep video for you guys, and I'm going to show you what I go through in one day just to get ready for the rest of the week. So if you're not subscribed, please go ahead and do so, and make sure you follow me on Instagram for sneak peeks. Okay, I'm going to be meal prepping my thin cut pork chops for the week. You guys literally ask me this daily, how I prepare these. And again, I pick up the big package of the thin cuts because these are great for everything. We especially love to make chaffles and then just make a sandwich out of these and load them with everything. So today I'm just going to walk you really quickly through the process. You're going to be shocked at how simple this really is. So how I go about doing this is I just take my air fryer, I go ahead and put a single layer of pork chops down. I'm going to take my oil of choice for keto, and that's avocado oil. I picked this up at Aldi's and it's only $6.99. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit on a pork chop, and then I'm going to coat them with that. That way they get a little bit of extra fat, because these, you can tell, are not very fatty. And whatever seasoning I put on here is going to stick to them much better. So today I'm going to be making several batches of these. So each batch is going to have its own seasoning. My favorite one is the Dax seasoning, and this one is the BBQ Queen. And I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of this on each one of the first round of pork chops. And then I'm going to take this Dollar Tree, love this thing, and then I'm just going to go ahead and rub them in and get them good and coated, and then see if maybe any of these need just a little more. And that was probably just a little too much. Okay, this first batch is going into my air fryer. This one is the Cosori. I got this one from Amazon. If I can find it again, I'll go ahead and link it for you. Since these are extremely thin pork chops, I just leave it on this setting of 350. And then I put the time anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes. It depends on the thickness. So I think today I'm just going to go with 9 and see if they're done after that and start it. That simple, and then I just walk away. First batch just turned off, and let me show you, they're still sizzling. You can see they're done, and what I'm going to do is just put these in a glass container. So with a clean fork, not this one over here, you can see they're done. I'm going to go ahead and put these over here in the glass container so that they can start cooling. And then I'll start my next batch, and then when the next batch gets done, I will just pile these all on top of each other. So same process as before. Go ahead and add a single layer of your pork chops to your air fryer. See guys, easy peasy, and this makes life so much less stressful throughout the week. So with this batch, I'm just going to use the garlic and onion powder because we like to have some sort of plain, not spicy or anything, so that we can do different things with them. So there's the garlic powder, and then just a little bit of onion powder. Back into the air fryer at 350 for 9 minutes. Okay, second batch is done. Again, this one is the garlic and onion. And I think I'm going to do a batch which is going to be different for us, and it's going to be with the Old Bay seasoning. I've never tried that one before, but we love Old Bay. Just going to put in my third round of pork chops. Avocado oil. And then again, I'm going to use Old Bay on this one. This is a new one, so I'll have to keep you posted probably next meal prep video if we were fans of Old Bay on pork chops. But I do love Old Bay. I'm gonna go ahead and rub that one in too with this, just to make sure it gets on there good and even. And then I'm gonna put this batch in for the same 350 for 9 minutes. Okay, the Old Bay batch is done, and then I've only got 2 pork chops left. You can see over here how I've got these sectioned up. And these last two, I'm just going to put, I think, Trader Joe's 21 seasoning salute on those. And that will be pork chops for the week. Not like they'll last for the week. I don't know how I'm kidding. I rinsed this one off to get all the Old Bay off this time. And then just a little bit of the 21 seasoning salute. And then back in the air fryer. Okay, that was the last of the pork chops. Those are done for the week. I will let these sit out for a few minutes till they cool, and then I'm gonna cover them up and put them in the fridge. In several of my other videos, I mentioned that we have a farmer's market. This week was the last day, and they had a special where that if you did the walking section, the Get Fit section, that each person in your group that did it got $5 to spend at the farmer's market. So we picked up some jalapenos, paid nothing. We picked up $25 worth of stuff we didn't have to pay for, because we had some money from last time too. So with some of these jalapenos, I went ahead and took 3, and I'm gonna make jalapeno poppers. That's gonna make about 6 of those. And we don't eat lots of those at a time. So every time I pack Preston or Chris's lunch, or even Kerrigan's, I can add one of these to it, and it won't be a ton of carbs since they're not getting like 6 jalapeno poppers. They'll only be getting 1. And I do fix these in my air fryer. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take the membrane and the seeds out of these so that I can get rid of some of the heat. Chris likes them hot, and so does Preston, but Kerrigan not so much. So with the jalapeno poppers, I tend not to measure anything. This is just cream cheese, and I'm gonna mix some shredded, this is Colby Jack because it's what I had on hand. You can use cheddar, mild cheddar, sharp, whatever cheese you want. I'm just gonna mix those together so that basically the inside is going to be a cream cheese, shredded cheese mixture. Once I get all this mixed together, then I'm just going to start putting some in each one of my jalapenos, and then putting those in my air fryer. Super simple. If you're counting carbs, then definitely you're gonna wanna calculate your macros. So to those 6 jalapeno poppers, I'm going to take some of the bacon that we already had cooked up, and I'm just going to put a couple of pieces on each one. Didn't have much bacon. I'm not sure if I'm going to cook up bacon this week or not. Right now, I'm sort of torn between bacon or sausage. We have both in there. And we've not had sausage cooked up in the house in about 2 weeks. So I may go with sausage this week. But definitely just top these with some bacon. And we like cheese, so I'm going in with a little bit more cheese on there just to hold the bacon in place. I know I'm not supposed to probably eat this much dairy. Good thing I don't eat the jalapeno poppers. These are basically Chris and Preston. So now I'm gonna put these in the air fryer. Okay, I'm gonna put these probably on 350. That's like my favorite temperature. And I think I'm gonna go down with the time till 10. If I need to check them, I will, but usually that works for us. So we'll see how that turns out. So I turned them off after 9 minutes to check them, and here's what they look like. They look perfect. So I'll just let these cool for a few minutes, and then I'll put them in a small glass container, store them in the fridge, and then Preston and Chris can dish those out for their lunches as they need them throughout the week. I did manage to meal prep some chocolate cupcakes, and these are absolutely to die for. The video and recipe for this will be coming to you October 4th, 2019, and if you're watching afterwards, I will have that linked below for you guys in the cards. So get ready, guys, for some amazing keto cupcakes. Our keto bricks are starting to run low. We only have 4 left here, and we have an entire one left here. I like to have bags of these ready to fill up when we need them, so gonna have to melt some of these down. So many of you have asked me about these because I show them all the time. This is a household favorite. Kerrigan takes them in her lunch to help her get in her extra fats. So does Preston. And me and Chris eat these throughout the day because sometimes, you know, guys, it's just hard to get in fat. So, Keto Brick will be listed below in the description box. It's under ketosavage.com, I believe. And if you go to shopping, you can find the Keto Bricks. They have several different varieties in. Our favorite right now is the peanut butter, but I'm pretty sure it's sold out. And it's also the one that's in the new packaging. These are the old packagings. But we are stocked up on these things. This video is not sponsored. So, yeah, it's not like I'm plugging them because they're paying me to, or because they're sending me free products. We pay for these ourselves. So, let's go over the Keto Brick really quick so you know what it is. This one is the mocha cream. It is literally a brick, and I'll show you what it looks like in a second. I did do a complete review video on these, and I'll have that listed in the cards above if you want to check it out. But a Keto Brick, like this size, has 1,000 calories in it. It's basically perfect keto macros with good, clean ingredients. It also has, if you eat the entire thing, 90 grams of fat, 31 grams of protein. So it is moderate protein, high fat, and it's also low carb. So your total carbs for the entire brick is 16, but 12 of that is fiber. So this entire brick right here would only be 4 net carbs for 90 grams of fat. Is that not insane? Okay, so now you know why we eat these. I do melt these down into smaller little puck sizes so that we can just eat 1 or 2 at a time and not eat a whole brick, and that way we know how much we're getting. Okay, that's enough of that. Let me show you what we do. So today I'm going to be melting down 2 of the coconut creams into smaller pieces and 1 peanut butter because we still have some mocha in there. We are almost out. I went to reorder, sold out. So I'll just have to wait till they get them back. Here is your brick, and you're going to want to cut that into smaller chunks so that it's going to be easier to melt. So I just cut it like this. I do have this on a piece of parchment paper because I don't want to lose any of these little pieces. Once you have it cut down into smaller chunks so it'll melt faster, I picked up this little microwave safe bowl at Dollar Tree. I love this one because it has the corners that make it easier to pour into my mold. So I'm just gonna take this, put it in here, and I'm gonna microwave this for about 45 to 55 seconds. Here's what it looks like as soon as it comes out of the microwave. There still are a few pieces in here that's not melted down, but once you stir it up really good, you're gonna see that it melts down. With all the heat that's already in here, you don't want to leave it in there too long because it will scorch. You can see this one is the coconut cream. It's got like sea salt in it, tons of coconut pieces. Stir that up really good. This is my silicone mold, and this one is for like the mini muffins, and this is the one I use. Before you start pouring this in there, make sure you have this on a cookie sheet, because when you try to pick this thing up and it's not on the cookie sheet, look what's going on. This stuff is going to go everywhere. So it's already on there. What I do is I use the first row right here for my first brick, the second row for the next brick, and then this row for the last one. And then that way I know which one is which. Stir it up really good so that all the coconut and the liquid are mixed together, and then just start pouring it in. Usually with the coconut, I'll put a layer on the bottom of pork rinds, a really thin layer, so that it gives it extra crunch. I'm not going to this time. This will probably be the first time I've not. And then I usually sprinkle it also with sea salt on top, but it does already have quite a bit of salt in it. So I'm not gonna do that either this time. I'm just gonna go through this really fast to show you how simple it is. And 8 of these is perfect for this keto brick. Use your like little rubber spatula. That way you can get every single drop. See? Yeah, you don't want to waste any of this. Then I'm just going to cut up the next one and repeat the process. I do both the coconuts, then I'll rinse everything out and then start the next one. Okay, I've rinsed everything out pretty decent, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the peanut butter one. This one's like a peanut butter chocolate. It's so good. I hope they decide to start carrying this one full time, because out of all the flavors they have, it is my favorite. Probably followed by the mocha and than the coconut. Okay, same process. Microwave for 55 seconds. Okay, you can see chunks. I'm gonna go ahead and give that a quick stir so that it melts up, and then pour these in my last little 8. So what this does is this gives you about 125 calories a puck, each one, and also 11 grams of fat for each one that you want to eat. And the net carb on it is minuscule. I always count it as 1, but it's definitely not. So there you go. Now I'm just gonna pour it in. This one runs a lot faster, so I have the hardest time getting used to this. The other ones have chunks in them, so it has like cocoa nibs and coffee nibs, things like that in it. Coconut, like you saw in the last ones, but this one has nothing chunky in it, so I have the worst time getting used to the consistency when it flows out. Now carefully, we're going to put these in the freezer. I'm doing this one-handed. Oh my goodness. So I just put them in the freezer just like this because you want them to solidify back up. So you want them to get hard so you can store them easier, and right now they're in liquid form. So that usually takes about 25-30 minutes. Okay, these were in the freezer for about 30 minutes, and you can see that they've already set up. They pop out really easy. I like to store them in the refrigerator just because I like to eat them cold. I've always been a person that likes cold things like that, cold foods, cold candies, cold sweets. But these are shelf stable, and you do not have to store them there. You can put them back in one of their bags or in something airtight if you want to, and store them in your pantry or a cool, dry place. But they do not have to be put in the refrigerator. Decided that my Appleton Farms pork sausage from Aldi is the way to go this week, so I'm going to go ahead and fry that up. That way we'll have it for the week, and we'll just go ahead and make those into little patties. That's all I have for today's meal prep video. Please make sure you check out some more of my others, and I will see you in the next one. I hope everyone has a great day. Bye.